Nigerians in diaspora are all depressed. We should not tell ourselves lies. Nigerians in diaspora, they are depressed too. They are depressed. They just don't want to go back to Nigeria so that people will not say, after all these years in abroad, you are back. Nigerians in diaspora are depressed. Hi everyone, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So I was just on the street of YT as I would normally be, and a few videos YouTube recommended a few videos to me about Nigerians in diaspora are depressed, and some of them, obviously all of this spying news of Nigerians spying there and there is because of loneliness and this and that. And I was just like, okay, I think I have an opinion in regards to some of these videos I watch. Don't get me wrong, some of those videos I watched, I quite understand where they are coming from, hence why I said, no, I've got one or two things to say. But for me, I don't think I am depressed in diaspora. So let's get into the video actually. So we all know, coming abroad, if our country back home in Nigeria is actually good, if we are able to access basic human needs, if our basic or essential human rights are being provided for by our government, there will not be any need for us to leave our country of abode. So like for me now, like I said, I left Nigeria 19 and a half years ago, and when I left Nigeria 2005, Nigeria was still better as compared to what it is now. Nigeria is much better, like much better than what it is right now. So with people now coming into the country or going to different places in the abroad who are now Nigerians going into diaspora, it's because of their basic human rights needs are not being met. There are no sufficient hospital, even public schools in Nigeria now is like a serious issue that, even children who of like lower income family are not even able to send their children to the Nigerian public schools in Nigeria. And you wonder why, like, okay, education is the best thing that the government can actually give every child in Nigeria. But even those schools now, they hardly have blackboards, they hardly have roof over their classrooms, they hardly have chairs in the classroom. A chair that is meant to sit two child, you see four children in a classroom sitting on a stool or on a bench. All of these things is is disappointing, and alone, if a parent has the opportunity to get their child out of that country, Nigeria, they will. And with me sitting down here now, I'm fortunate and happy that I am able to have made that move out of that country before it gets to what it is now. So let's go back to people being depressed in diaspora. So what are the reasons that could actually cause people to be depressed here in diaspora? So let's take UK for example. In the UK here, if you're an introvert, you will struggle. Okay, you will struggle. And for the fact that you are an introvert and you now come into a country where you don't have your family here, you don't have any friends here, you obviously, because of your nature of being an introvert, making friends or even going out and enjoying the atmosphere of the city or wherever you are, it will even be difficult. So if you're an introvert, yes, you'll be depressed, you'll be lonely, and several types of thoughts will be going through your head, and it will be very dangerous if you're that kind of a person. And I would advise you that if you're an introvert and you're coming to, and you are jackpying to the abroad, in order not to be depressed, I would say try and adjust that your introvertedness and make friends at work, go out and jollivate. Okay, so other things that could actually depress you in the diaspora is the fact that you work. You have to work. If you don't work, you will not eat. I have to be honest with you guys. If you don't work in the diaspora, you will not eat. Yeah, the government here support those who have permanent residency, even their own children here. Some of their children, there's something they call benefit and stuff like that, where even though they are not working, they might be able to qualify for some of these stipends. But as an immigrant in the abroad, where you've only just arrived and you're not entitled to anything, so God forbid you fall sick, God forbid you're not able to work, or you lose your job and you're not able to find another one. Trust me, the level of depression that we fall into, it will be great. So make sure if you're working, that alone could depress you, because you know that your next paycheck, you being homeless and you not having anything, is dependent on your next paycheck. So if you are working all the time, you just work and you're like, what is the essence of even coming to this country, because I'm just working, there's no time to flange, there's no time to go party with people. So those are one of the things that could actually cause you depression. And you imagine that you are working and then you look at your salary and you're like, how much is left of this salary? And you have to, when you pay tax, you have to send money back home to people in in Nigeria and stuff like that. So these are some of the things that could actually cause you depression. But if you get out of it, if you just know for a fact that where you're coming from is a major concern as to where you are right now. So other things that could also cause you depression in this country is the weather here. There are several times we all know during winter it gets really, really cold. And once it's coming to winter, here in the UK, we turn our clock 1 hour behind, which means that Nigeria will be 1 hour ahead of us. So most time before winter, Nigeria and the UK, we are on the same time, right? But when winter comes, I think end of September, end of October or first week in November, we turn our clock 1 hour behind. And then at times you look at 7 a.m. in the morning, it's still as dark as midnight. For me, for example, now I leave home for work at 6:45 in the morning, and it's dark as dark as 10 p.m. at night as it is in Nigeria. And we're going to work at that time, and by the time I'm leaving work at 5 in the afternoon, it's already dark as if it's already midnight. So which means that I have missed majority of the daytime. And in that case, when I finish work, all I come home to do is check on the kids, find something to eat, grab a shower, straight to bed. That's pretty much what I do, because when it's dark, what activity do I want to go and do? So that alone could cause you depression, because you're leaving home very early in the morning, dark. You're coming back home from work in the evening, it's dark. And what do you have left to do? It's back to your bed. So there are so many things that could actually cause you depression in this country. And I would just want to say that try and speak to people. And also, if you have relatives abroad, I would implore people in Nigeria or wherever you might have originated from to check on your families, because not checking up on them should not be the only time you check up on them, should not be when you actually need money. And lots of our families back home in Nigeria are guilty of this. They will not check on you to ask about your welfare, to ask about how you're doing, just to kind of keep motivating you. The only time they will check on you is if they need money, or they just call you, maybe call you once maybe this week they'll call you once, and then in the next few days they'll call you to start asking you for money. Guys, people in Nigeria needs to, people back home should actually stop that. Check on your families abroad genuinely for the purpose of checking up on them. For me, I fell into depression. When was that? I think when mine was mainly based on postnatal depression when I had my baby. And I think that was when I had my third child there, because by then I had already had 2 children below the age of 5. And you can imagine being here alone without family. It was just me and my husband. It was a very, very dark phase for me during that period. I was placed on medication. When it just started, I did not even know it was postnatal depression or anything like that. And when it happened, I was not sleeping. Like, it was day 4 and I did not shut my eyes to sleep. That was when my husband was like, no, this woman, there's something is wrong. We need to get you to the GP. And then when I spoke with my midwife, I spoke with the health visitor about how I've been feeling. For me, I did not even think of it as depression, because obviously I've only been here for how many years? I don't have a knowledge of all of those things happening to me. So when I was speaking to my health visitor about it, and she was like, oh, well, I mean, that's depression. I'm going to get you to see the GP. I saw the GP, I was placed on medication, and that medication was like, when I take the medication, it was leaving me really, really dry. When I wake up in the morning, I feel like zombie. And I'm like, this medication is not helping me, because why am I slow in the morning? Which means that I'm slow, which means I'm spending longer in bed, which means that I'm not able to kind of get up early in the morning and care for the kids, get them to nursery and stuff like that. So I stopped that medication, and what I found that helped me was being active, being busy. Okay, that was what helped me. I did not stay on that medication for a very long time, and that was what helped me, being busy. Hence why I've kept that act of being busy. If I'm not working, I still wake up every day at 5 in the morning, 247. This past few weeks that I've been off for a week, I still wake up at 5 in the morning, because I'm just used to that time. I wake up at 5 in the morning and German start doing my activities. Even if I'm not going out, I have to keep on moving. I have to find something to do in the house, maybe go for a walk or stuff like that. So it's actually true to an extent that some Nigerians in diaspora are depressed. And going back home, it's not, for some people, it's not an option, because in the comments you hear people say, if they are depressed, go back to Nigeria then. But if you look at the benefits of the things you enjoy here, if you look at the things you enjoy here, electricity. I've been in this country for 19 and a half years. Maybe it was only twice we had power breakdown, and that power breakdown was due to weather, and we have been given notification like a month in advance that the electricity power might be cut off, so. And when I say electricity power cut, it was only for 1 minute, and then it came back on again. You can't compare that to going to Nigeria, where some people have been in darkness for months. Here, I've never had any issue with my water. I've never had any issue with nothing at all. Like, I'm able to access everything. Yes, I might not be able to eat fresh fish or fresh goat meat that's just been bought from the market. I might not be able to have access to all of those fresh food which Nigerians are enjoying, but at least I'm able to get it here. So there are lots of basic things that we have here that back home in Nigeria, if you think of actually going back to Nigeria, you'll be like, oh. But right now, sitting here talking about Nigerians being depressed, one thing, if I get a ticket to get out of Scotland tomorrow, will be the weather in Nigeria. I will take the weather in Nigeria 247. I will take it 100% as compared to the weather here. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section as to Nigerians being depressed in the abroad. Like I said, it's true to an extent, but there are ways to get out of it. Get busy there, get socializing, get meeting people, stay active, go to work, speak to your family back home in Nigeria, make friends as well. Don't make it all work, or you just want to be by yourself. Most times being by yourself might help, but at the end of the day, it's not always helpful. You're just going to find yourself deeper into that depression, and that is not what you want for yourself, especially when you have people who are depending on you back home in Nigeria. Anyway, guys, this is the end of my video. Let me know your thoughts and opinion as to what I've discussed in this video. Is it really true that Nigerians in diaspora are depressed, or it's just the way it is? In fact, everybody everywhere, they are depressed. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. And if you've watched the channel till now, or this video till now, and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? I'm begging you. I can't sing. Anyway, drop a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you have not yet done so. Turn on the post notification so you don't miss any other video from me. And have you entered our 350,000 naira giveaway that is happening on the 15th of December? There's a video on my channel that's giving you the details, the instruction on how to enter that giveaway. Go follow that instruction and you'll be entered into the giveaway. Anyway, guys, share this video, turn on the post notification, subscribe, and I hope to see you later. All right, bye for now. Bye.